We're doing a live stream today, second live stream that we've been able to do with our YouTube station. Come check us out on YouTube. We are youtube.com/mintingcoins. You can also check us out at Patreon, patreon.com/mintingcoins. We're almost everywhere at /mintingcoins. Come check us out. We're looking to build this community, have a conversation, talk about the news, talk about the Bitcoin, the blockchain news, talk about ICO reviews, and sprinkle in some interviews as well to help share information with you and the macro of what's happening inside the Bitcoin space, the blockchain industry, and also digging into the details, touching upon these fine points, and then connecting them so we can understand how all these things relate in the larger context. Understand how do we look at the information that we're receiving and interpret that information to sort of have clues in terms of the direction of where things could go, or at least some sort of insight about where we've come from. And so if you're receiving any sort of value, if we're doing halfway decent of a job, feel free to tap that like button on this live video. So in other news from Coindesk.com, we have this one article here, brand new today, that's talking about the Parity wallet blog and how Parity is urging a rescue fork to reclaim the millions and millions of dollars in the Ether that is frozen with the Parity wallet hack. And so in this new blog post just published today, the UK-based company is going into the research of what happened and then going into the possible solutions of how it can reclaim the Ethereum that has been lost with the Parity multi-sig wallet hack. And so at the time that this happened, there's about $160 million worth in Ether cryptocurrency, and not just Ether cryptocurrency, but other cryptos as well. ERC20 tokens that were connected to those multi-sig wallets. A lot of companies affected, a lot of people affected, a lot of projects affected, and just a huge problem, a huge concern, a huge amount of resources tied up in the space that is just 100% completely, utterly inaccessible. And so while acknowledging that a decision to hard fork the Ethereum blockchain would ultimately be up to the community, Parity said that a preferred fix would be made via protocol changes to the Ethereum virtual machine, the EMV. According to this blog post, this would be a functional enhancement of the platform that would both restore the lost funds and protect from similar cases in the future. And so the Parity wallet, they're quoted here as saying, no one should be under any illusion that unlocking these stuck funds would be anything other than a rescue operation, because there's no way they're going to get these funds. These funds are gone, locked up, sitting behind this piece of glass that they simply cannot touch. The ability to access these funds is gone. The funds are actually right there. The funds actually aren't gone, but the ability to access these funds is completely gone. You go to take the key and you go to unlock the door, and there's no keyhole on the door practically. It's crazy. So speaking at the time, other people have talked about this, and this idea has been criticized by the Ethereum developer Nick Johnson, who said it would change an important invariant in the EMV, potentially leading to unexpected bugs in future contracts and also even in the already deployed contracts of the world. And so this invariant that Parity wants to change is just so important that if Parity was to change this invariant, according to Nick Johnson, this would just have future potentially devastating and critical consequences that can just come from all sorts of contracts, seen and unseen. And so some developers are against almost every single one of these options that are being presented, as you can imagine, because a hard fork in any sort of scenario is extremely contentious. So the Parity blog concludes at the very end that their hope is that the community would get behind a rescue of these funds to help all the users that they can, because Parity really wants to get these funds and just have some sort of glimmer of redemption after having this shoddy code that put all of these people's funds at risk. I mean, this is not a good event that has happened to the cryptocurrency community and to the Ethereum community in particular. This is probably, the single worst event since the DAO hack, which led to the split from Ethereum Classic into this new variant of Ethereum Classic known as Ethereum ETH. So if we wanted to go from coindesk.com and go to the paritytech.io website, we can go see this blog specifically on the classes of stuck ether and potential solutions. They go into the brief history of what happened, and you can go check all of this out, comparing this to some of the similarities of the DAO incident and what happened. And so what they go on to say from there is that there is a solution, but with this solution, a solution comes with a lot of risk. And so they go through some of these solutions, the first solution, the second solution, the third solution. They talk about ideas that were put forward via Vitalik in the EIP 156, and then other solutions as well in terms of like hard forking the situation. We're not going to go over this blog post. You can come over here and check this out if you're interested. But the long and short of it is that if you wanted to get involved with what these guys are talking about and with what's happening and what people are saying in terms of the space, I recommend that even if you're not a developer, go get a GitHub account and go check out GitHub. You can go over to github.com/Ethereum, and from /Ethereum you can go click on the EIPs. And then once you're in the EIPs, you can go right over to the issues. You can see all of the EIP issues of Ethereum that are in here that people are talking about in terms of the Ethereum blockchain. And then specifically, you can go into the number 156 that the Parity blog is referencing, that was put forth from Vitalik Buterin with this one sort of case of how this could help and fix things moving forward. Yeah, so we'll be doing these live shows probably more in the future, trying to figure out how to just make this process better in terms of creating content, doing live streams, cutting up shows, doing more interviews, just getting more news, more information, more commentary out there to help everyone understand the context of what's happening, not just how to make a buck doing trading, with the cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of people teaching everyone how to trade cryptocurrencies. There's not a lot of people talking about actually what's happening in the space, creating some sort of focus there. I recommend you come check us out at the Discord channel. We are on Discord. Link below, special invite link in the comments in the video description below. You can also check us out on Patreon if you'd like. Check out some of our rewards that we have over there. And until next time, I'm glad that together we are minting coins.